Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me, my sons and brothers and sisters. There is a community emerging within the community of Reydiant Reality. If you want to be a part of it, it is called Tribal Tuesday, and I think you can kind of get the meaning behind that. It will be, unfortunately, there are going to be very limited spaces, and I will only be putting this journey on once every 3 months. So if you want to be a part of that, check out the link in the description box below. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, I would like to say, if you would like to like, share or subscribe, thank you so much for doing so. And for those of you that are already continued subbies, thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means the world, because you guys are my sun sign brothers and sisters. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you, or should I say us, on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what does the week ahead have in store for us. What are we removing? What are we releasing? What are we letting go of? What do we no longer have time for, Aquarius, right? What's going on? Let's take a look, see. This week we're letting go of the Star card, right? So the Star card is our card. The Star card represents the sign of Aquarius, and I'm going to call it here and now. The Star card has been very active this week, very, very active, as has the Ace of Swords. So I'm going to call it here in this video. And if I am right, you guys, I want you to rally behind me and say, haha, Raph called it first. Something's going to happen with the internet this week. There's going to be something that comes out, whether it's going to be about legislation, something is going to happen with the internet. Something is going to be, whether, like I said, whether it's a piece of legislation, or there's going to be something that they're going to try to rewrite, or something that's going to happen with social media itself. There's going to be a bit of a change and a ruffle in the feathers this week for everybody. So that's the macrocosmic level, you know, the wider world stage. Let's check out the microcosm, which is us personally, right? So when we're letting go of the Star card, this is our card. It represents our it represents our energy, because it represents Aquarius. So the fact that we're letting it go, this for me feels like this week we've got to be very selective about the opportunities that come up. I feel like there are going to be many, and some of them are going to come very surprisingly. The thing about the Star card, it represents that amazing thing that happens, or that amazing hope that is fulfilled after a period of extreme intensity or darkness or even destruction, because it follows the Tower. It's the peace and the recognition and the rewards that come from coming through the dark night of the soul, right? So when you see the Star card as what you're letting go of, this for me kind of says that there's going to be a culmination point this week, and you may very well have more offers than you can do anything with. Now, I've said this to all Aquarians before. We tend to take on everything because we're like, yeah, you know, I can do it all, And then sometimes when you try to take on all of it, you end up doing none of it because you crash and burn. You must be selective about the opportunities that you take, that you put your name and your time to this week, my dear Aquarians. All right, so then what are we working on now, right? What's at the heart or at the meat of the matter? And this week we get the Five of Pentacles, right? So where is it that the lack mindset has kicked in? Where is it that you are holding on to this thought or this idea that you can't have enough, or rather that you don't have enough, or that you can't generate what it is that you need? Also with the Star card representing, you know, Aquarius, and therefore a little bit of Uranus, and also Saturn, and the Five of Pentacles can sometimes see you being out of pocket because of an injury. This is a week for you to be very, very careful about your physical health, especially when it comes to bones, because with these two cards in these positions and the way that it's come up, there's a potential that you could, you know, touch wood, you could break a limb or even a finger or a toe. Just be mindful about your physical safety this week. Aside from that, like I said about this whole thing with the lack mindset, where is it that you're telling yourself that you're not going to be able to generate enough, or maybe, you know, the chips are down or work has slowed down and you're kind of like getting a bit edgy because you're worried that you won't be able to create it. That's going to feed into and of itself. So this week, the fact that you're working on the Five of Pentacles, excuse me, the fact that you're working on the Five of Pentacles means that you are doing the prep work, that you're doing the foundation work to get yourself out of the Five of Pentacles and into that manifesting arena. So interesting that this follows, because like I said, I feel like this is going to be a big week of opportunities for Aquarius. I don't know why, I just really get that sense. Anyway, with that said, what is our key to the week? Our key to the week is the Sun card. There you go, right? I shuffled them on camera in front of you. I couldn't have said it any better myself. The key to the week is reminding you that if you do the work, right? This is the thing. Our ruler Saturn, if you are an Aquarius, you know, even if you're not an Aquarius ascendant, right, it's still technically in your 12th house, right? So your ruler is in your 12th house. This is changing you and regenerating all of your old systems, all of your old structures. Sometimes you're going to have to go in and you are going to have to do the work. This is a week of doing that work, because I promise you, once you start to clear those blocks, once you start to push yourself beyond this lack mindset and say to yourself, no, that's not the experience I'm going to keep having. I choose to have something better. Your key to the week is the Sun card, to say ultimate blessings, optimal opportunities. The Sun card and the Star card in close proximity, even with the Star card in that position. The Sun is a star. The Star card represents a star, so it's got kind of that double hit of this kind of energy. There are going to be big opportunities this week. Be selective. Do not take on everything out of fear of not having nothing, because that's exactly the experience that it will lead you to, because you'll spread yourself too thin. Be selective. Claim your blessings. If it's not too personal, let me know how it shapes up for you in the comments. I will do the same. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you very soon. Take care.